Hi, Eli. Hey, I thought I'd read a story to you and put it on a video so you could watch it again. And so I went to the library this morning and I asked the librarian who you need to know librarians in your life, okay? They are the greatest people. So I asked the librarian what I ought to read, what you might be interested in, little 4-year-old boy, and she recommended this book, Hippos Are Huge. So I thought I would read this to you, and so let's take a look and see how this goes, okay? So, what's the deadliest animal in Africa? It's not the lion or the crocodile, it's the hippo. Hippos have razor sharp tusks, weigh as much as 50 men, and can run 25 miles per hour. Follow these hefty hulks as they glide underwater, play tug of war, swat balls of dung at one another, and nuzzle their young in the mud. Just don't get too close. They could chomp you in two. So here we are. Hippos are huge. Huge. Hippos are huge. Except for elephants, no other land animals are as large as hippopotamuses. They can weigh as much as 50 men. Look at that hippo. Oh my gosh. That is a great looking hippo, isn't it? A full grown bull hippo weighs up to 4 tons. That's 8,000 pounds and can be 12 feet long. That's two of your daddies laying down next to right on the ground. Just two lengths of him, twice as long as your daddy is tall. Almost 4 meters long. Wow. Watch out. Hippo's yawn is a threat. It means stay away. Which do you think is the most dangerous animal in Africa? A lion? A crocodile? No! A hippo has the biggest mouth of any animal except a whale. Holy smokes, I didn't know that. Hippos have huge mouths. A hippo's jaws can open 4 feet, more than 1 meter. 4 feet, that's like almost almost as much as your mama is tall. Your mama's taller, but it's like it would get up to her shoulder or so. You wouldn't want to try, but you could stand a baseball bat straight up inside a hippo's mouth. Look at that. Look at those teeth in there and that tongue. With their monstrous jaws and razor sharp tusks, hippos can bite a giant crocodile in half or chomp a small boat in two. And they are fast. They can run faster than a human, and they can travel faster in water too. Would you believe that a hippo is the most dangerous animal in Africa? Hippos' tusks can probably grow longer than your arms. Though it's hard to prove, many sources claim that hippos kill more people in Africa than any other wild animal does. Mothers sometimes kill to protect their young, while bulls kill to protect their territory. They're pretty aggressive animals. Look at that hippo chomp that crocodile. Oh, wow. That's a big hippo, huh? Hippos don't really swim. First, hippo dives with her ears pressed against her head and her nostrils closed. Next, she bounces gracefully along the bottom, kicking off with her hind legs, and glides, then dances on her tippy toes and kicks off again. A hippo can run 25 miles or 40 kilometers per hour. and travels 6 miles per hour in the water, faster than an Olympic swimmer. You might think that such a huge creature would be awkward underwater, but they're surprisingly graceful. Like whales, hippos communicate underwater with clicks, squeaks, and deep, thunderous bellows. Hippos can hold their breath for up to 5 minutes. Wow. I can hold my breath for more than a minute. Your dad can hold his breath pretty long. 5 minutes. I wonder if your dad could hold his breath for 5 minutes. Hippo bursts through the surface, spouting fountains of water from her nostrils. When Hippo isn't dancing along the water and chasing crocodiles, she spends most of the day with just her eyes, ears, and nose sticking out of the water, resting and watching. A cattle egret picks its dinner of insects from Hippo's ears. A fish nips tidbits of food stuck between Hippo's teeth. Yum! Look at those fish swimming into the hippo's mouth and getting little chunks of food off of the hippo's teeth. Hippos must stay in water as much as possible to keep their skin from drying out. On land, their skin oozes a slimy reddish oil that acts as a sunscreen. To avoid the hot sun, hippos do their grazing at night. You might think that hippos would snap at birds or fish that came near them, but they don't because they're helping each other. The fish cleans the hippo's teeth and the bird cleans the hippo's ears. So they're helping each other. Look at that snout, all the air coming out. Ugh. Look at this. Splat, plop. Oop, hang on a second. Just then, a great commotion erupts, and Hippo watches as 2 bulls square off. The 2 bulls turn and stand rump to rump. Then they swing their tails like baseball bats and swat balls of dung at each other, balls of poop. It's a smelly message to keep out. Splat, splot. Ugh, wow, that's a funny way to establish your territory. When that doesn't work, the defending bull yawns to show off his powerful tusks, then pounces with a great roar and attacks with giant jaws. Hippo watches as they honk and snort, and finally the defeated bull limps away. Battles can be bloody and can rage for more than an hour. Both bulls will show battle scratches. Stronger bulls get to mate with the cows in and around the nursery, where mothers take turns watching the calves. Cows start having babies when they are 7 years old or 8 years old. There you go. Look at those hippos. In the nearby nursery, Hippo watches baby playing. Let me try that again. In the nearby nursery, Hippo watches baby hippos playing. 2 calves play fight in a hippo tug-of-war with their jaws locked together. Soon it will be Hippo's turn to mate, and in a few months she'll have a baby of her own. Playing is a good practice for when the bulls will need to protect their territory from other bulls. Hippos mate in shallow water during the dry season, and calves are born in the water 8 months later in the rainy season when the grass is plentiful. Okay, look at those hippos fighting in the little babies playing. I don't know. Seems like babies play a lot. Doesn't matter what kind of critter they all play. Months pass, the rains come and fill the lakes and rivers, and now it's time. Hippo stands neck deep in the water, and the baby is born. Baby Hippo paddles to the surface, and his head pops out for his first breath. Then he dives back down and nudges Hippo's teats for her milk. A newborn calf weighs 100 pounds. Gosh, Eli, that's more than you. 45 kilograms. For the first 4 months, he'll only drink his mother's milk. Hippos are herbivores, and their main food is grass, which they eat at night. Adults may eat up to 100 pounds per day. Wow, that's a lot of food. That's way more than we eat, Eli. A few weeks later, Hippo and her calf join the nursery and wallow in the mud. They snuggle together and gently lick and nuzzle each other. Look at those hippos. They're enjoying the mud a whole lot, huh? All hippos love to wallow in the mud, which keeps them cool. And though hippos are ferocious, they can be gentle too. They're especially gentle with their babies, I bet. Though baby hippo looks tiny next to his mother, when he's 6 months old, he'll weigh 500 pounds. That's like 4 of me, Eli. Hippos are huge. Look at those. That's a little baby one, but don't let that fool you. He's a big baby. 500 pounds is a lot. Oh, and here's the index. There's just some page. So bulls, nursery rhymes. Okay, that's it. They just have the index. Let me read about hippopotamuses. Historically, hippos have lived throughout sub-Saharan Africa, but now their numbers have been vastly reduced, and they're largely confined to protected areas. In 2006, hippos were added to the endangered species list as vulnerable. Still, they are hunted illegally for their meat and their ivory tusks. With help from conservationists, long may these giants who dance underwater with their whale-sized jaws and their small twirling ears survive. The end. I hope you enjoyed it, Eli. That was a great book. Very fun to read. Hippos are huge. I just want to look one more time at that first picture because, gosh, that was such a great drawing. Let's see if I can find it. This one right here. Hippos are huge. What a great picture, huh? I think that's a mama hippo with those knobby knees. Anyhow, that's the book.